Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today Tuna keeps it simple. She sells cassava at a small spot in the market, but this time she tries something new. With Alex quietly helping beside her, she starts recording every sale, every kilogram, every total, building a real habit that could change everything. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next video. All right, let's begin. Tuna woke up and immediately knew she didn't want to go back to an office today. The farm felt honest. Soil, water, animals, weights you could hold in your hands. Henry was awake too, sitting on the mat and tapping a plastic cup like it was a drum. Tuna kissed his forehead, then looked out at her small yard. The cassava sacks by the wall were ready, heavy, dusty, familiar. She had planned to sell tangerines, but the cassava would bring more if the buyer liked the quality. She touched the top sack and decided. Cassava. Alex's reminder from yesterday came back to her. Try using what you learned. Tuna washed her hands, pulled out her notebook and set it on a stool beside her old scale. The notebook wasn't special, but today she wanted it to mean something. She wrote the date at the top. Then she drew 2 columns. Seller, buyer. She paused, surprised at herself. On the farm, she was always the seller. But today she wanted to practice being both, seller and the careful person who checks. Like Lon. Henry crawled toward her leg, curious. Tuna lifted him, bounced him once, and set him back with his toy. Mom is practicing, she told him softly. She checked the scale first, wiping the surface and making sure it sat flat. Then she started weighing. She lifted the first sack, set it down, and waited until the needle stopped shaking. She read the number twice before writing it. Not because she couldn't count, because she didn't want to guess. She wrote the weight clearly and circled it. Then she wrote a line under it. Buyer confirms weight. It looked strange on farm paper, but it made her feel safer. She weighed the second sack the same way. Read, write, circle, leave a line. Her body wanted to rush, the way it always did when there were too many chores waiting. But she forced herself to keep the rhythm. 1 sack, 1 number, 1 clear note. When Henry fussed, she didn't let it break her focus. She checked him with 1 glance, then kept going. A minute later, she picked him up, calmed him, and put him back down. The work stayed simple. Weigh, record, confirm. By the time she finished, her page was filled with neat lines and circled numbers. Tuna stared at it and felt a quiet pride. Then she added the totals. She used to do it in her head. Today she wrote every number first, then added slowly, checking the sum twice. Total weight. Kiji. She turned the page and wrote another heading. Quality check. She opened 1 sack carefully and inspected the cassava the way she always had. Firmness, smell, color. But this time she wrote it down like a report. Clean, fresh, no soft spots. She tied the sack again and moved to the next one, checking quickly and writing the same simple notes. Henry babbled loudly. Tuna smiled at him. Okay, you approve too. Before leaving, Tuna practiced one more thing. She pretended she was the buyer standing in her yard, not the seller. She picked 1 sack at random, wrote recheck beside it, and waited again. The needle landed almost the same, but not exactly. Only a small difference, enough to remind her how easy it was to drift if you rushed. She didn't erase anything. She wrote the second weight beneath the first and circled the difference. Then she wrote 1 short line. Like Lan would. If, mismatch, stop, ask, confirm. Tuna lifted her phone and took a photo of the page in case the notebook got wet. She wasn't good with the phone beyond basics, but she could save a picture. The sun climbed higher, warming the yard. Henry crawled toward the sacks and slapped one proudly, as if he wanted to help carry it. Tuna laughed softly, kissed his cheek, and wiped the dust from his fingers. Once the numbers and quality notes were done, Tuna tried the part that made her heart beat faster. She wrote, "A practice contract, not legal language. Just a clear agreement, the way land would want it. No confusion, no missing pieces. Seller, Tuna buyer. Agent. Product, cassava roots. Quantity, kg unit price. Total. Date. Delivery, today. Notes, buyer confirms quantity and quality at pickup. Signatures. 2. Na stared at the lines. It wasn't typed, it wasn't fancy, but it was structure, and structure made her feel less afraid. A little later, Alex arrived. He didn't announce himself loudly. He simply appeared with that calm, familiar presence. And Henry reacted first. Arms up, a bright little sound. Alex lifted Henry, kissed his cheek, and murmured, "Hey, boss." Then his eyes moved to the scale, the sacks, and the notebook. "You're serious today," he said with a small smile. Tuna wiped her hands on her pants. "I'm trying to use what Lon taught me." Alex came closer and looked down at her notes. He didn't take the notebook from her. He just read quietly, weights, totals, buyer confirms. He nodded once, approving. "This is good," he said. Tuna's throat tightened. "It's slow." Alex looked up. "Slow is fine," he said. "You're not guessing." He tapped the circled numbers lightly with one finger. "This is the same habit," he said. "You're training your eyes and your mind at the same time." Tuna let out a breath. "I always sell by habit. I never write it like this." Alex's smile softened. "Habit keeps you moving," he said. "Structure keeps you safe." He shifted Henry higher on his shoulder and glanced toward the sacks. Do you want me to go with you to the buyer?" he asked. Tuna hesitated. She didn't like depending on anyone. But she also remembered how small she felt when she thought she had to learn everything alone. So she nodded. "Yes," she said quietly. "If you have time." Alex's eyes warmed. "I have time." Tuna secured the rope around the sacks one last time, checking the knots twice. She tucked the notebook into her bag like it mattered. Not because it was perfect, but because it proved something new. She could bring Lon's lesson back to her own world, one careful number at a time. Tuna didn't try to run the market today. She chose one small spot by the roadside where people could stop easily. A cloth on the ground. 2 sacks open just enough to show the cassava was clean. A scale set flat. A roll of bags. Her notebook and pen within reach. Like a quiet promise to herself. Alex sat beside her, close enough to help the moment she needed it. The market moved in waves around them. Voices calling prices, motorbikes slowing and passing, warm food smells drifting through the air. A kettle hissed at a nearby stall. Someone laughed loudly 2 tables away. Tuna kept her eyes on her small space and tried to remember the one thing that mattered most. Don't guess. Confirm. Then write. The first customer was a woman who asked the simplest question. "How many kilos?" 5 kilos, Tuna answered. Alex opened a bag, Tuna filled it, and Alex lifted it onto the scale. Tuna waited until the needle stopped shaking, then leaned in. 5, she confirmed. The woman paid and left like it was nothing. Tuna opened her notebook right away. Sale, 1, 5 kilo. Her pen moved slowly, but the line looked clean. The next customer didn't want to think in kilos. How much for 10,000? Tuna's chest tightened for half a second. Then she forced herself to stay calm. She knew her price per kilogram. She did the math slowly in her head. About 1.5 kilos, she said. Alex filled the bag, weighed it. then added one small piece until the needle settled where it should. Tu-na confirmed the number and tied the bag. Sale 2. 1.5 kilo, 10,000. She circled the money in parentheses so she wouldn't forget why the weight looked odd. A middle-aged woman stopped next, poked the cassava, and asked if it was fresh. Fresh, Tu-na said. From my farm. The woman nodded and asked for 3 kilos. They weighed, confirmed, and handed it over. Sale 3, 3 kilons. The morning continued with small, ordinary customers, people who didn't want long conversation, only clear answers and honest weight. Alex kept the mood light, greeting people with an easy smile, joking gently when someone tried to bargain too hard, never making Tu-na feel like she had to fight. By the 4th sale, Tu-na realized her fear wasn't really about selling. She had sold produce her whole life. Her fear was about losing track, mixing numbers in her head, forgetting what she had already promised, coming home unsure of what she had truly done. Now the notebook held the truth for her. Alex watched her write and nudged the page gently. Add a running total, he suggested. Tu-na blinked. That made sense. She added the first 3 weights carefully, checked her addition twice, then wrote, total sold, 9.5 kilo. A young man stopped and asked, 20,000 worth. This time Tu-na didn't freeze. She calculated, gave a target weight, and Alex hit it on the scale with a small adjustment. Sale 4, 3 kilos, 20,000. Another customer came right after, impatient, holding cash up as if time was a race. 15,000, he said. Tu-na took one breath, did the conversion, and answered clearly. 2 kilos, she said. Alex filled the bag. Tu-na confirmed the needle, and the customer left satisfied. No extra talk, no awkwardness. Sale 5, 2 kion, 15,000. Tu-na updated the total again, neat and steady. Total sold, 14.5. Keywords, the rhythm formed. Sell, confirm, wait, write, update total. When a man with a loud voice asked for a discount if he bought 10 kilos, Tu-na hesitated. Alex didn't speak for her. He only looked at her steady, letting her decide. Tu-na answered in her own calm way. I can lower a little, she said, but the cassava is clean and fresh. The man agreed. They weighed 10 kilos, split it into 2 bags so it wouldn't tear, and handed it over. The man left satisfied, not offended. Tu-na wrote carefully. Sale 6, 10 kilos. Then she updated the total. Total sold, 24.5 kilos. She underlined it and felt a strange calm as she did. This was what Lan meant by matching, keeping the truth consistent, even in a simple farm sale. Business slowed for a moment. Tu-na took a sip of water and looked at her page. Every line was a small proof that she could be careful without making things awkward. Alex leaned closer. How do you feel? Tired, Tu-na admitted. Then she added the real part, but less scared. Alex's smile warmed. Because you're not guessing. One more customer stopped for a small amount. Alex bagged it. Tu-na confirmed the weight, and the customer walked away without complaint. Sale 7, 2 kilograms total sold, 26.5 kilograms. Tu-na capped her pen and held the notebook on her lap for a moment, listening to the market noise, like it was far away. She wasn't pretending to be an office worker. She wasn't acting like a big company. She was still Tu-na, selling cassava the way she always had. But now, she could see her day in numbers that stayed honest from start to finish. And she could imagine a new habit forming. Every market day, 1 page. Each sale recorded. Each day totaled. A simple way to know clearly what she earned and what she moved. Alex glanced at her, quiet and proud. Tu-na looked back at the page, then up at him. I can track it, she said softly, like a report. Alex nodded. Exactly. Alex tapped the corner of the notebook lightly. Next time, he said, you compare totals day to day. Not to pressure yourself, just to understand your own flow. Tuna nodded. The idea felt simple, almost comforting, like measuring rain in a jar or counting feed before night falls. She looked at the last underlined total again, then turned the page and wrote one final line for herself. Tomorrow, do the same, but faster without guessing. And sitting there in the noise of the market, Tuna felt something steady settle inside her. This new habit wasn't making her lose herself. It was helping her stand firmer in the life she already knew.
Từng dựng một quầy nhỏ ven đường tại chợ để bán sắn, giữ cách bán nhanh gọn và thân thiện để khách hàng cảm thấy thoải mái. Alex được bên cạnh và hỗ trợ một cách tự nhiên, đóng gói, cân hàng, trò chuyện nhẹ nhàng, trong khi Tử Na tập trung giữ cho mọi con số luôn chính xác. Thay vì ước chừng như trước đây, Tử Na cẩn thận xác nhận từng lần cân và ghi chép lại ngay mỗi lần giao dịch hoàn tất. Các khách mua theo ký, cũng có khách mua theo tiền, nên Tử Na luyện cách quy đổi ra giá số ký một cách bình tĩnh, không vội vàng. Sau mỗi lượt bán, cô cập nhật tổng số liên tục và nhìn rõ toàn bộ hoạt động của cả ngày trong cuốn sổ của mình. Đến cuối buổi, Tử Na cảm thấy bớt sợ hãi hơn, không phải vì việc bán hàng là điều mới mẻ, mà vì cuối cùng cô đã có một hệ thống đơn giản để theo dõi công việc và cải thiện theo từng ngày.